Hello friends, have you ever noticed how the place we work affects the quality of our work? If the light is too dim, we might miss small details. If it is too hot, we get tired faster. And if the atmosphere is tense, our focus goes away. That is exactly what ISO 9001 Clause 7.1.4 work environment is all about. It is a simple idea. If you want consistent quality, you must give your people the right environment to work in. Now, what does ISO mean by work environment? In ISO language, work environment means the physical, social, and mental conditions your team works in. Physical means things you can see and feel, like lighting, temperature, ventilation, cleanliness, noise levels, and furniture comfort. Social means how people treat each other, respect, teamwork, no bullying, no harassment. Mental means the emotional atmosphere, stress control, fair workload, feeling safe to share ideas or concerns. So it is not just about walls and machines. It is about people, comfort, and respect too. Now let's talk about the basic steps to be followed. Step 1. Know what you need. Every workplace is different. So first look at your processes and ask, what conditions are necessary here? For example, in a food factory, hygiene, low humidity, and pest control are critical. In an IT office, stable internet, a quiet area, and secure systems are important. In a welding shop, proper ventilation and eye protection stations are must-haves. Now let's talk about the step 2. Set clear standards. Once you know the needs, set rules for them, like storage temperature between 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Lighting at 500 lux in inspection areas. Noise not more than 85 decibels. A written policy on respectful behavior. These rules make it clear for everyone and make it easy to check if things are under control. Now step 3. Provide the resources. Rules are useless if you don't give the tools. So provide what is needed. Better lights, AC or ventilation. Ergonomic chairs, PPE kits, noise barriers, or even counseling for mental health. ISO says you must provide the environment, not just talk about it. Now step 4. Keep records. Auditors will not just look at your workplace. They will also check your records. That means you need cleaning schedules, maintenance logs, temperature checks, safety inspection reports, and workplace conduct policies. If it is not recorded in audit language, it is not done. Step 5. Train and remind. Teach your people why these conditions matter. Explain how wrong temperature can spoil raw material or how poor lighting can lead to mistakes. Make training simple and regular, so rules stay fresh in everyone's mind. Step 6. Monitor every day. Don't wait for the auditor to find problems. Check daily. Use a checklist, sensors, and regular inspections. If you find something wrong, like broken lighting or high noise, fix it immediately and note down what you did. Now step 7. Keep improving. Every few months, review. Are people happy with the work environment? Are there repeated complaints? Have there been any safety incidents? Then plan improvements. Maybe better ventilation, more rest areas, or upgraded lighting. A better workplace always means better quality. Now we will discuss how auditors will check you. Auditors will walk around, observe, talk to employees, check cleanliness, safety, lighting, ventilation, and even how people interact. They will also ask for proof, your logs, reports, and policies. Common audit findings include missing temperature logs, poor housekeeping, no anti-harassment policy, or damaged safety equipment. So remember, Clause 7.1.4 is not just a requirement. It is a tool to boost your quality. Identify the right conditions, set rules, provide resources, keep records, monitor daily, and keep improving. A great product or service starts in the environment where it is made. Take care of that and quality will take care of itself. Thanks for watching this detailed session, and I, Akanksha Mishra, will see you in the next episode of TNV Academy.